In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to solve quadratics with graphs. Before we even continue, go ahead and pause the video and copy this down. Welcome back. We're going to use this information. We're going to come back to it a couple times when we actually do a problem. Let's look at this first example. The function is x squared minus 4x plus 5 equals 0. First thing we have to do is sketch the graph. Guess what we're going to do? Go to Desmos, type the function in, and it will give you your graph. So to sketch this graph, I'll just make sure my vertex is at 2, 1, and then just do a nice little sketch of the graph. Okay, to find my discriminant, using the formula b squared minus 4ac, I'll plug in the value that I have for b, which is negative 4. And then my value for a is this imaginary 1 right here in front of x squared. And my value for c is the last number, which is 5. When I type all of this in the calculator with the parentheses, it's going to equal negative 4. Since my discriminant is a negative value, then that means I have 2 imaginary roots. So, going back to the problem, my discriminant is negative 4, and I have 2 imaginary roots. Now, which method should I use to solve? Looking back at our notes, if you ever have imaginary roots, you're going to use the quadratic formula. Now, let's actually use the quadratic formula to solve and find our roots. Just a reminder, quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Remember the chair I taught you in class? Under that square root is your discriminant. We already found it. It was negative 4. And remember, our b is negative 4. Our a was 1. All right. Negative and a negative, double negative right here makes it a positive 4, plus or minus. Now, usually you'll go over to the side and try to break down that number that's under the radical sign. But guess what? When you take out an I to make it positive, 4 is a perfect square. It equals 2. So when you multiply 2 times I, you get 2I. All over 2 times 1, which is 2. Now I can apply the 3 parts of my heart. What number divides into all 3 of them? 2. So when I do 4 divided by 2, it equals 2. When I do 2 divided by 2 equals 1. And of course, 2 divided by 2 equals 1. And so it'll be 2 plus or minus 1I. And then, of course, where it says explain why you chose this method. Well, the explanation was right here. Because I had imaginary roots. And that's